Hi guys, I'm making this video, and it's called Next Evolution Sexuality. It's a topic that I was planning on talking about since yesterday. However, I'm just getting to making the video. I've made a video called Next Evolution Eating, so I thought I'd make a video called Next Evolution Sexuality, because one of the things I'm all about is heightening consciousness, being enlightened, and not creating suffering for your own self. So, sexuality is something that is built into one's being, and it is like heroin, and it is like the seed of all life. Like it's like it's not like it's like that, but it's how any life form comes about. And part of what I'd like to talk about is just the way, it's like heroin built into your body. It's not talked about too much, but I feel like the first way of evolving sexually is coming to an understanding of it. Understanding the fact that, it's like a drug. It is a drug, actually. Sexuality is like heroin. It's like junk. I mean, you just, when you have an orgasm, it's a lot like a drug experience. It make you lose your bounds when you're in the middle of it. It's like you will do things that you can regret. But what I'm here to talk about is how you will actually have a lot better sexual experience. You will be less of a monkey and more of a human in a sexual matter. First of all, just one thing that's really important is you don't want to, go on like Facebook or some social media website and just start wanking off to someone on there. Like that is just that is as low as you could go, honestly, sexually. That is like the ultimate non-sexual mastery, and especially if you're doing that all the time. The second level you can be is actually using pornography and wanking off to people on there and doing it all the time. And the third most unevolved thing you can do is using your imagination to get off. Really, the way to have an enlightened sexual experience, it doesn't have to have someone else. It really doesn't. I don't care what you're doing. Like, if it's someone online that you're just talking to, and you're just having a sexual, getting it on with each other online, that I consider to be sex. Like it is. It simply is. It's just one type. But anyway, I'm talking about alone sexual mastery right now. So, don't watch porn. Don't use innocent people on Facebook for your sexual gratification. But yet, and also, don't get deep in your imagination. Something you can do is experiment with in masturbation it's all focused on you, actually. So get creative and really be mindful of yourself. Just be mindful of what you're doing in the middle of a sexual experience that is alone. And don't try and get off. Now, if you have a girlfriend, feel free to use them as something to be more excited. And also about the pornography, if you really are having a hard time doing it alone, or not alone, but without any stimulation for your eyes, then feel free to do it. But don't do something like really dumb. Don't do like the really bad pornography. Don't look that up. Don't ever look that up. That is so bad for your mind. I would say look up something that is meant to be sexual, but not like super disgusting. It's actually, understanding that is actually a way to be more evolved sexually. Because you understand the fact that, all those really nasty porn videos, really nasty ones, it's just them trying too hard. It's not going to turn you on more, it's just going to gross you out. And that's because they're trying too hard. When it's more soft, when it's not, like when they're not even naked, that's actually a lot better, because it's just not gross. And being grossed out is a good way to not have a good sexual experience. So keep it relatively decent, but only do that if you're having a hard time getting off without it. Okay. Now turn it into a meditation, and don't do it often. Do it rarely. Pick a day. I would say every 2 days is good. If you want to have a decent sexual life that isn't to the point of addiction. I believe it is very important to have a sexual life, whether it be including somebody or is just by yourself, and often, like engaging in it often. I'm not going to talk much about with another person in this video. I just want to stick with the ground A and just talk about, the alone sexual experience. So try that. If you want to have a sexual uh, life that is actually